bachelorhappyhour.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to be back.
And if you haven't done it yet, again, I don't know what you're doing with your time, but it is time to follow our podcast so you don't miss even one episode. All you have to do is search for Bachelor Happy Hour in the podcast app and hit the follow button.
Exactly. Super important to hit that follow button because you'll get notified every time there's a new episode. And while you're there, write us a review. We really like to know your thoughts.
And check out our past episodes. We've had some really great guests, and you all know now we love answering your questions. So keep those questions coming, please, at bachelornation.com/golden hour.
And today we're so excited because we have two very special guests
Oh,
from
yes, we
Bachelor
do.
Happy Hour family.
We do. Our Bachelor Happy Hour family, Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt are here.
Very
Hi, Joe
good,
and Serena.
Kathy.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. How
Perfect.
you been?
Perfect pronunciation of Joe's last name.
Yeah, you
Incredible
got it.
job.
I mean,
got it,
I'm going to
Kathy.
Italy soon, so I've been studying, and I understand that Amabile has something to do with love, so I've memorized it.
Love
Very
or
good.
sweet, one of them. I think I'm just a lovely, sweet boy.
You're a lovely, sweet guy.
Just a lover
Joe.
boy.
But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for having us. We're excited to be on your podcast.
Yeah.
We
I
want to
have
know
a
what's
quick
going on
little
with
question.
you. Oh, go ahead.
Would you guys ever do another TV reality show?
They're married.
I mean, I got one coming out. I got one coming out May 9th. So
It's
yeah.
my birthday. It's my
Hello.
birthday.
yeah.
Well, you can celebrate your birthday by watching Joe's new show, The Go, on Amazon.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I will. Congrats
comp-
to you, Joe.
Thank you. It's a competition show. So
Yeah, it's
like
the greatest
it. I like
reality star of all time is the concept. So it's like all reality stars. Tasha's on it as well from Bachelor.
Oh, wow.
Fun. How fun.
it
And
was
you guys
fun.
have an anniversary coming up. So congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is this June will be 3 years since we did Paradise. So we met on June 7th, which was the first day of filming, and then we got engaged on, oh shoot, I always forget this date. I think it was June 26th.
Yeah. I think it was.
Did you know? Did you know right away? How'd you know?
That he was the one?
Yeah.
I didn't know right away, but I was like definitely like
Attractive.
only eyes for him pretty early on, like very drawn to him. Like, so yeah.
What about
I
you,
don't know.
Joe?
Did you know
How'd
right
you
away?
Joe, Joe, you're being silent.
Was it love
well,
at
how'd
first
you know,
sight?
Joe?
How did I know? That's a good question.
I don't know if there's like a
We haven't been
was-
asked that
Joe,
in a
that was
while.
not supposed to be a hard question. That was supposed to be just a real throw it to you easy one there.
You know what? I
think I was about. I mean, I knew I was attracted to her and really liked her like immediately.
Yeah.
And then I think it was probably about 2 weeks in to where I was like, we also vibe really well together. Like we mesh well. We're
compatible.
Yeah, we're very compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything just kept getting better and better. Like
It all
the
fell into
relationship,
place.
the relationship and just how I felt about her just kept growing and growing. And that's when I was like, well, at this rate, yeah, this is gonna work.
At this
Yeah.
rate, we're going to be
This.
married.
I love
Yeah.
this.
I don't know
So
if
wait-
it was like love at first sight. I don't know if, but like it was definitely connection at first sight. Like I can still remember like seeing him for the first time and like
chemistry,
our first
right? You had
conversation, like
chemistry.
feeling like
Yes.
electric. Yeah,
Yeah.
we
I
had
do
chemistry.
think in an atmosphere like Bachelor in Paradise, love at first sight, I don't even know if that like exists there because
everyone kind of knows everyone, even if it's just through like word of mouth, like heard of this person.
yeah. It's
All right,
not
well,
like
I
Totally
have a
different
question.
than Bachelor.
It is. But I have a question. So you guys are, relatively newly married compared to, how long Susan and I were married. So I want to know, what do you think will keep your spark alive as your relationship matures? Long-term relationships. How are you going to do it?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm a very spontaneous person and I plan on always being that way. And I feel like that is one way for sure.
Yeah, I do love that about Joe is like he'll be like, let's do this, let's go here all of a sudden. And I do think that's not as much my personality, but I do like, I'm an activity person, so it does keep things exciting and interesting.
Yeah,
I also
I
just
love
think like
that.
keep dating each other. Like we like to do new things together, make new memories, like push ourselves to, you know, even if it's just like, let's go try this new restaurant tonight. And
Right.
yeah, it keeps it fun and developing and exciting. I don't know.
Joe, stay spontaneous because
Yeah.
it adds a lot of life.
Yeah, and
will.
it's, you know, as you're together longer, it gets a little more difficult to do that. So I love that you say spontaneous, because if you do that, your relationship will keep growing and evolving.
I saw this thing on Instagram that was like, you have to hug for 8 seconds a day for like a serotonin release or like some sort of like dopamine hit or something.
I
And then
love
kiss
that.
for 6 seconds a day. And that like,
Susan, you and I are screwed.
there's a chemical release from that.
The universe hugs me every day.
Yeah, and what are you kissing for 8 seconds? I want to hear about that too.
So we have some fan advice questions. Can we play with you guys?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Okay,
Excited.
Sophia wrote, "Hi, Golden Hour family. My fiance Brett and I are getting married in July, and we are so excited. Something has come up that I need your advice on because I'm truly not sure what to do. My parents got divorced 6 years ago, and my dad has a partner he's been dating for 2 years. Now my mom wants to bring her new boyfriend of 1 month to the wedding. We have strict long-term partners only for plus ones at our wedding. My fiance and I still haven't met this guy she's dating. Wow. But my mom is saying how hard it would be for her to have to be at our wedding without a date, especially with my dad and his girlfriend there. I just feel weird inviting someone we've never met. And even if we meet him in the next month, I don't want this man in our photos. Who knows how long he'll be around? It sort of feels like my mom just found a guy because she wanted a date to the wedding. Do you think we should invite him to appease my mom, or do you think we should stick to our long-term partners only policy, even for her? Any advice would be appreciated. Thank you. Love you guys and your podcast." Ouch.
Oh,
I have
that's-
something to say.
Okay,
Oh,
Joe,
yeah,
you're
say
on.
it, Joe.
You fucking let him. It's your mom. You let it. You let her bring whoever.
Really?
It's it's your mother. It's not your friend. It's not your aunt. It's not your uncle. It's the person that birthed you. You let her bring whoever she wants. If she wants to feel comfortable, because that's going to make her feel comfortable, you let her.
Absolutely.
And you don't have.
he doesn't have to be in the picture.
He doesn't have to be in the photos. And
No,
and-
dude, stay over there. You can be in one. Get out of here. I don't
And
know how
also, for a wedding, you take 1,500 to 2,000 photos. If he's in 20 of them,
Who cares?
so be it. Who cares? Like that to me.
I think
that's
wrote
where I
this-
stand.
I wrote
That's
this
so
question.
interesting.
you
I
wrote this question.
Well, no, this actually, Susan, this happened to me, you guys. My daughter got married 2.5 years ago, and I wanted to bring a date because I just always feel like a third wheel, and she absolutely said no. And I had to go by myself, and my husband passed away, and it was really hard for me. But at the end of the day, it was her wedding. And I felt like I had to, respect her wishes for her wedding. And it was hard. I will say it was hard, but I just kept telling myself, this is her special day. She gets to do what she wants. Then my son got married 3 months ago, and Susan officiated
She
that
brought
wedding.
me.
Yeah, Susan was my date for that. But my son was exactly the opposite. Mom, bring whoever you want, bring a date. So I've lived at both sides.
Five-year-old cold case.
Final and more, from consultation to
Sure, with Sun Country Airlines and get
Friend that you know that maybe you grew up with, that it's like, hey mom, I don't know this guy. Like you have a lot of respect.
How about you, Serena?
suncountry.com. That's suncountry.com. Say yes to adventure with Sun Country Airlines and get to going.
How about you, Serena?
You know what? I kind of your answer threw me off just because I wasn't expecting that from you. But I guess
Really?
it does make sense. That is kind of your personality, and you are very like you have a lot of respect for your parents, and you always want them to be comfortable and taken care of, which is an amazing quality. I think an alternative is like, does she have a best friend that you know that maybe you grew up with? That it's like, hey, mom, I don't know this guy. I'm not super comfortable with you bringing him, but like you could totally bring so and so as like your plus one, and like we know them and we maybe feel a little more comfortable having them there. But yeah, you're kind of right. You know what? Like there's so many people at a wedding, unless this is like a really intimate, like 20-person wedding. Like,
Even if it is, it's your mom.
yeah, you're right. Like I would never want my mom to feel, I don't know. Weddings get so tricky though. I feel like everyone has like different views of what, like who should get invited, what. And like I also like, I have family members who had very, very strict number limits at their venue of like, hey, if you bring that person, we have to essentially like kick someone else out. So if it's a situation like that where it's like we just can't make it work, but yeah, you're right. Like it's your mom, just
But
let
you
her
notice she said
bring
the
someone.
man of the month. So it
Yeah.
seems as if
Well, no,
the
no. I
moms-
thought you read that wrong.
No, you read that
No.
wrong. She's only known the guy a month. It's not.
Yeah,
the
but
man.
she did say it feels like she's just dating this guy so that she could have someone
have
to bring to
somebody
the
at
wedding.
What's wrong with having a date for the wedding? When you
well,
invite,
their issue is that everybody else is a long-term partner.
Yeah.
So that's why
That's their rule.
that's their rule. So it's like it's going against the rule, but I say you break it because it's your mother.
and I say, who's paying for the wedding?
Yeah,
That's a
well,
good
that's a
question,
whole
too.
nother. That's a whole. If
If it's her, then she definitely
she could bring
gets-
6 guys.
Yes, yeah. And I get feeling weird when your ex-husband has a girlfriend there. Like
Yeah,
you
I
want
mean-
Yeah,
somebody
and-
to
yeah.
dance with,
Yeah.
those few moments.
So he's
I mean, I
dancing
go
with
to
her.
a lot of weddings alone. Trust
Yeah.
me.
I mean, like if the mom has like a bunch of family going and a bunch of friends going, and her daughter's like, you have a ton of people, you're going to feel supported. Maybe they're like, we don't think we're going to like this guy. Maybe there's like a history of like, we don't like the boyfriends. We don't want to bring in this random guy. Then I can understand the daughter maybe being like, look, like you got people there. But I'm going to side with you, Joe. Like it's your mom. Like
Your mom.
let her bring the date.
Exception
Just let her bring
to
the date.
rules. Break
Yeah.
the rule.
Yeah.
It's your
There's always
mom.
an
Break the rule
exception.
for your mom.
Yep.
Well, I hope the
Although
wedding.
Kathy's very obedient. Her daughter said no, and she said yes, ma'am.
Kathy's
Yeah.
not obedient, but I did not bring a date to my daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
Kathy,
let's-
can I ask you real quick?
Sure.
So since you actually ended up doing both,
Yeah.
which did you prefer? Being able to bring someone to your sons, or having
Well,
to go solo to your daughters?
Look at her face, Joe. She knows her daughter's going to listen to this, and she's scared.
No. Here's what I actually was thinking. I didn't want to tell the whole story, but there is a guy I dated for 10 minutes and we're friends. And I invited him to the wedding as friends. And he's a
Yeah.
great dancer, just to have someone to be with. And then after the wedding, the meals were paid for, he decided not to come. And I was irritated beyond belief. But in the meantime, my son, Kyle, and his wife, Candy, asked Susan to officiate the wedding. So Susan and I were the first up on the dance floor.
No-brainer.
I didn't, what the bottom line is, didn't need the guy, had
Yeah.
Susan.
As
But,
long as I'm there.
yeah, but honestly, it was a little uncomfortable at my daughter's wedding. It really was. I was missing my husband. It's my only daughter, wishing he had been there. The whole thing. That was much harder at my daughter's wedding.
Got it.
So
There you go.
chill
So that's
out,
your answer.
my little bride, and let your mother bring a date.
Or invite Susan and me to go
Oh
with
yeah,
her.
we can do that.
Well, all right, here we go. Number 2. This is from Henry. Hello, Kathy and Susan. Hello, Henry. My name is Henry, and I'm a 68-year-old man who just lost my wife of 40 years to cancer. Sorry to hear that. That's sad.
So sorry.
My kids are all grown and spread out over the country with their families and my grandkids. I'm still living in the house we raised our family in and living in the town my wife and I lived in. Without our kids here, it feels like everything and everyone in this city was mine and hers. And it feels extra lonely being here without her. Since my kids are all spread out and most of our friends were couple friends. I am thinking about picking up and moving to New York City, which is somewhere I've always wanted to live and never got to do when I was younger. I'm curious your thoughts about starting completely over at our age and if I'll feel even more lost in a big city like that, coming from a smaller town upstate. Do you think I should just pick up and move or give myself more time to heal and see if that's what I really want? Thank you both. You feel like friends listening to your podcast.
Oh, thanks,
Henry.
Henry.
Thank
We
you.
are your friend, honey.
We are.
I couldn't agree more that it's time to make a change. However, New York City's, you can be lonely in that city. I would suggest taking a month, try it out. I wouldn't just do, right?
That's what I
I
was
mean,
gonna
there
say.
might be other cities that you might, or up in New York, but maybe not downtown. It's lonely. I think.
Serena and Joe, you guys can go travel and sublet your place to him for 3 months. What
Give
do you
him
guys
a month,
think?
please.
What do you guys think?
I think go to Naples, Florida,
Yeah.
and spread your wings out there. Or what I really think you should do is send in that application for the Golden Bachelorette,
There you
because it sounds like
go.
that might be the move.
Or if we're really going there, or Henry, send me your resume and maybe you want to move to Austin, Texas.
There we go.
Let us check it out. We
There
can
we go.
help you.
But I personally don't. I feel like like everyone's gone now. He's in this big house. He's probably feeling lonely. Like at this
Change
point in
is
your
good.
life, change is good. Take a risk. Life's short. So I say live it up. If you feel like moving to New York, you fucking move to New York.
You better have a ton of money too.
And you also,
Yeah,
probably
Susan, I think your suggestion of maybe if you
Try
have
it.
never lived in New York before or a big city, I mean, New York is so different than any big city, truly. Test it out. Do a 1 month Airbnb rental, see how you like it. New York is a big city. It can be hard to find a community. So yeah, maybe you look into, I don't know where his kids live, but maybe he wants to live somewhere that's close to his kids.
Yeah. Try a
don't know.
couple cities out. Yeah.
Yeah,
check
but
it
you
out.
know what? What the unwritten thing here for me is this guy is 68. He's the kind of guy I'm looking for. This guy has seriously, he has a sense of adventure.
Henry, call us.
No, Henry, call me. This is Kathy, not Susan. I'm saying the guy sounds like he has a sense of adventure, right? So I agree with you, Susan. Go and spend a month or two, but this guy sounds like a guy that would get to New York and maybe, join a group, a museum group, a walking group, a bar crawl. He would do things to get to know people. So
Maybe.
Yeah. I think it depends on his personality and who he is. If he thinks that he's going to get here, he loves New York, he wants to change, he wants to put himself out there, go for it. But
And he says,
if he's not sure.
I'll feel even more lost in a big city like that coming from a smaller town.
Which he might.
upstate.
And I
He
can
might
tell
feel
you,
that
he's
way.
from upstate New York. That's where my daughter's husband's
Night and
from. That's where
day.
my husband was from. Upstate New York is a whole different
ball
kettle of
game.
fish.
Mm-hmm.
And Henry, I'll be there this summer. So hold on.
Henry, just send me your resume. I'll check it out for Kathy. Kathy, I'm all about you. Okay.
I'm all about you, Susan. We're going to find each other. We're going to have a dual wedding.
Oh my God. I could totally see you guys
I
doing
hope
that.
this works out. I'm invested now.
But Henry, I think travel a little bit. I think the
Check
intention of maybe moving, starting fresh somewhere is a great idea, but maybe travel to New York, travel to a few different places, see what feels like it might be your new home.
I agree.
That's-
Henry, we wish you the best. We really do. Do we have time for one more, you think?
Go for
I
it.
think so.
Okay.
think
Hi,
so.
guys. I love your podcast. Thank you. I'm going to remain anonymous because my boyfriend and I sometimes listen to your episodes together. Anyway, we've been dating for 3 years and have a pretty great relationship. We just moved in together a few months ago. And ever since we moved in, I feel like his mom. I cook, clean, grocery shop, do laundry, and he often just leaves his stuff around our apartment and acts like a teenager when it comes to evenly dividing housework. I don't like continuously nagging him to put his stuff away or help out. And this is really hurting our relationship dynamic. Any advice to get him to pull his weight or is this just how he is? Thank you for your help.
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
What do you think,
He's
guys?
not going to change.
I mean, that's an issue. I mean, listen, I would say my first piece of advice would be have the conversation. But it seems like she already did, and nothing's changed from there. So then that's like for me, that would be a major issue. Like, it's one thing. I get it. Like people are very different, and people were raised differently.
Yeah, everyone goes into a relationship of living together with different home habits.
Yeah.
That's always going to be the case.
Yeah.
Like maybe this guy is like, I'm not picking up my stuff because I've never picked up my stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to, it's not that he's trying to disrespect you, but he's like, that's just not something I've ever done. Like maybe he's been living in filth his whole life. Who knows?
Yeah.
I've spoiled my kids, but they had to do things. But recently I was over my son and daughter-in-law's place, and I was babysitting, and I was going to help out and do some of the piles of laundry that were there. And I said, Christopher, he goes, I do my own laundry. And I looked at my daughter-in-law, like my first reaction's like, what? And I go, oh, good for you.
Yeah, Joe and I do separate laundry.
See?
Like he does his own, I do my own laundry. But it's like whatever works in your relationship. Like some
Okay,
people,
but-
it's like I do the laundry, he does this. Like you divide and conquer. But it can't be her doing 100%.
No,
Can I just-
that's the
you-
old school.
Serena, you just hit on it. She is saying, I do the cleaning, the grocery shopping, the laundry, the housework. I'm literally reading this saying, honey, you're the problem, not him. If you
you're
don't go
doing
grocery
it.
shopping, when he comes in and looks for dinner, I don't know, what'd you fix? When he goes in looking for his clean clothes, I don't know, did you do your laundry? When he goes in and there's toothpaste all over the sink and he's out of toothpaste, I don't know. That's your sink. Like,
So I've
she
tried
isn't-
that with my kids.
I'm
Stop
just saying
picking
she's
up.
enabling him. She is enabling him.
Yeah, but also she doesn't want to live like that, Kathy.
I
Think about it. Like
understand.
that's it. She has to then, if she goes that route, then she also somewhat
She
has
has
to
to com-
suffer herself because she has to deal with the mess and has to be okay with it. Like I'm very type A when it comes to like
So-
like I hate having like a mess around the house, but it's like, yeah, that's that to me. That's like almost like
You're
I
spiting
hate to
yourself.
say it, but it's like if you're not willing to cooperate or change at all, then
But
I mean,
that's why
that to
I
me is
agree with
like,
you, Joe, 100%. But she said it. She said, I do it all. She hasn't
Yeah.
given him the chance to pull his own weight. She hasn't given him
That's
the chance.
sure.
Yeah,
Fair,
I think
fair.
that she needs to like. I feel like household chores can get thrown into like, "Hey, I wish you did this," or "Hey, can you pick this up?" And it ends up becoming like what in your mind is like it's just a small thing. It's just the dishes, but it's a big thing when you live with this
'Cause
person
it's
every
every
single
day,
day. So like she needs to sit down with him and be like, "Look, these are the household chores that I'm doing.
Hanging on the refrigerator.
You're doing none of them. What are you willing to take off my plate? Let's
Yes.
divide this up.
That's-
Yes.
yes.
Can you do the laundry? Can you do groceries? And if he's like yes, which he should be. It's not a big ask. It's basic living requirements.
hello.
Then like give him the opportunity to take on those tasks. And
Yeah.
if he's not willing to do it or he's not doing it, and every single week you have no groceries, like that. I would
That-
honestly be so turned off. I would break up with that person. I
Me
would be
too,
like,
but that's what I'm
you
saying. Give him
clearly
the chance.
are a baby.
Give him the chance. Say, hey, I'm not. We need to conquer and divide on this relationship. And she hasn't. It doesn't sound to me like she's done that yet. So
And be honest and say, babe, this is not working for me.
Yeah.
I'm building anxiety. And
Yeah. And if she sits him down and says, like, look, this is really not okay and for me, and he still doesn't do it, then that is disrespectful.
Yeah.
That is blatantly like, I don't care about your
Yeah.
needs or you're feeling comfortable in our home. I don't care about
Yeah.
helping maintain the home.
yeah.
No.
Then you
like,
know where we
break
are?
up with him.
Then you know where we are, Serena Pitt and Joe Amabile. We are back to arrivederci.
Yeah,
Yes,
there we go.
are.
and he can't
Arrivederci.
bitch to his mother because she didn't train him right because
That's
it's not
right.
going to change.
Yeah, he can go home and live with his mom and she'll do all those things for him. But you should not have to.
That's right.
Hey, girlfriend, and that's what we're going to do. It's not going to be easy, but
Care for is what's in your landscape now. Bring excitement to your landscape with proven winners, Color Choice.
And no minimum balance. Make the switch to a Royal checking account and you'll also
Will you guys play a game with us?
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
.org/go checking. Insured by NCUA.
We love to play games. Will you guys play a game with us?
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. we're going to ask you. It's called Who's Who of Bachelor Nation. We're going to ask you for your answers, and we're going to see where this goes. So, Serena and Joe, who is your favorite couple to double date with?
Oh,
Favorite
that's
couple
so hard.
date. That's how.
That's really hard.
Because you have a few of them, or
We have a few of
Yeah,
them.
we have a few.
okay.
I love going out with Anna and Chris.
Is this? Oh, are we asking about Bachelor Nation couples or just couples in general?
I think
No,
it could be
Bachelor
any
Nation.
couple.
No,
No, she said
Bachelor
any
Nation.
couple.
and
All right.
well, no
Bachelor-
one's gonna know like Eddie and Amanda.
Yeah.
No, Bachelor Nation.
Hi,
Yeah.
Eddie. Hi, Amanda. They love you.
Chris and Anna, we have a lot of fun with. We love Abigail and Noah, obviously.
Yeah.
trying to
Don
think.
and Charity.
Yeah,
we
we've
had
been
fun
on a
with them.
few. We hung out with them a few times recently. They're new to New York, and we have a lot of fun with them.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Walls and Sarah. I
Yep.
feel like Anna, Nick, and Natalie. Like honestly,
They like
it's
them
hard
all.
to pick a favorite. We like them all.
Yeah.
And now
Okay.
Joe and Joe's
Joey and
Joey. Kelsey.
Joey and
Okay.
Kelsey,
Yeah.
yes.
They're
We haven't met them in person yet, but we'll definitely go on a double date with them.
Yeah.
How about your favorite happy hour interview so far?
Duh.
Do you have a favorite? What comes first to the top of your head?
We did one recently that, oh, you know what? Well, okay, we interviewed Abigail and Noah recently, which was so fun for us because it was almost just like a big catch up on like their life and what's going on, and just felt like a FaceTime call because we do have such a good friendship with them. We also did an interview, a 2-part interview with Maria that just came out a little while ago, which was also really fun. I feel like it was very anticipated. It was long overdue. We got to talk to her for like an hour, which was great.
Yeah, we were a little jealous over that, by the way.
Yeah. A little, a lot.
We
All right.
actually recently we just did. My answer would be Joey and his dad.
Oh yeah,
That's
that was
yeah.
an amazing
That was-
interview. We felt very lucky to be able to get that interview.
Do you
And
think he would make a good bachelor?
I do? I do think his dad would make a great bachelor. He's lovely. He was the first parent that we ever had on the podcast of a contestant. So it was a lot of like new conversation that we've
Yeah.
never had before.
Okay. Who is your dream happy hour guest?
People always ask us this, and it's so hard because I actually kind of feel like we've had like most people on.
Yeah, because like just like a random celeb just wouldn't really make sense with the way our podcast is formatted. So I feel like we're pretty lucky with the guests we get. Like we're always
I
very
would
happy.
actually, you know what I would love to have is a couple that broke up come on together.
Gary
and
and
discuss.
Are we
Teresa.
talking Gary and
Yes.
Teresa here?
I would love to have like a Gary and Teresa come on and talk about.
Get in line, Serena. They're coming to us first.
Susan,
we
maybe Bradley Cooper,
Or
especially
maybe
if he
Bradley
watches
Cooper.
the show.
He
Yeah.
never missed an episode. I love that.
I feel like he'll be on Susan and Kathy's podcast though because he's such a fan of theirs.
Come on, Susan.
Okay, here's a good one. Besides your own wedding, what was your favorite Bachelor Nation wedding that you attended?
Ooh, this is rough. I mean,
Oh,
you're
I
asking us
know. I know your answer.
which one?
Wells and Sarah.
Yeah, Wells and Sarah. That was just such a great wedding.
I got sick and I didn't get to go, which was such a bummer. I think, okay, well, we didn't make it to Tia's wedding. We only made it to her welcome party. I think the only Bachelor Nation wedding I've been to then is Nick and Natalie's.
and we
which
just went to that, and that
was
was so much fun.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun. Truly, like
That
a
looked
great
beautiful.
group of people. We had a blast.
All right. I have one for you. What is the most heartbreaking Bachelor Nation goodbye on-screen breakup for you guys? What's the most heartbreaking one?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think back to the past seasons. You know what? Charity and Joey's breakup was really sad.
Yeah.
That was really, really sad.
I cried.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sad.
I'm trying to think like back. Like I know Hannah Brown and Tyler Cameron's was very iconic and very sad.
There's someone it's driving me crazy because it's like a recent season where I was like, this was actually really sad.
Do you want me to like list some seasons for you?
What was the last one, Joey?
Joey was the last one. Before that was Charity.
Charity and Dotton
Before that was Zach.
and Katie.
Yeah. It was a guy breaking up with it was a bachelor breaking up with a girl. So, but I don't think it
before
was
Zach. Clayton.
Clay. No,
I mean, actually, Clayton's breakup with Gabby and Rachel Recchia was the double.
Oh,
breakup
I
was
think the breakup with Rachel.
Rachel
was pretty
sitting there
rough.
crying.
Oh,
That was pretty rough.
Real. That might be the winner.
Yeah.
That might be the winner.
That's so funny. I would have thought one of you would have said Joey, Daisy coming to the realization and going home. That to me was so poignant.
Yeah,
that
but
was sad.
that was sad, but I feel like it was
that was her,
less
though.
sad
It was
because
her
she
choice. Yeah,
had like
she was
accepted
outstanding.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like for me it's harder when it's like almost a blind side.
Yeah. I
and the
really thought you
person is,
guys
like-
were going to say when Gary sent me home, but I guess not.
That should have been our answer. That was a missed opportunity.
Totally missed opportunity.
What was your favorite Bachelor Nation style dream date out of all the dates you saw? What would be your favorite?
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know. And I think this is your answer too.
I'm
Joey and Kelsey in Jasper, Canada, which is like so beautiful, literally got to like go to a bar. They walk around the city, they go to a bar, they're playing pool, they're having beers.
They do a
They
cold
do
plunge.
a cold plunge.
Yeah, that's
Joe
my
and I were
favorite.
like, this
Yeah.
is our dream date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so fun, so like easy, relaxed.
How about
Which
you,
is kind of-
Kathy?
I was just going back thinking about Canada. How was the Santa Monica Pier for you, Susan?
So good. So I like the helicopter and the yacht with Faith. I mean, I would have liked to have gone on that one.
You know what I want to do? I really want to skydive. I want
Do
to jump
you?
out of an air. Yeah, I really want to do that. I want to find the guy. I want to do it in tandem. You know, not jump out by myself. It's kind of like
You'll
giving me a
have to do
microphone.
it in tandem,
It's like
I
giving me a
think, yeah.
microphone. You don't know what's going to happen.
I've done it.
Have
And
you?
I hated it. Scary. I was nauseous the whole time.
Ooh.
When I got done, I was like, why did I just risk my life like that? And it wasn't
Did you do it solo or tandem?
tandem. And
You
I would
have
never
to
do it
it
again.
tandem.
I would never do it again. Ever.
Oh, gosh,
I wouldn't even
okay.
I wouldn't even consider it.
Tell me, was the landing really hard? Did you feel like you were going to break your legs or something, or did you land?
I was just so
smoothly?
happy to get down because I was going to throw up.
It didn't
So I didn't even care
Okay,
how hard
Susan,
I landed.
the best date, we're back to getting the ball gowns and the diamond earrings is the best date.
Oh, you
pretty good
like
one,
that
too.
one the best?
Yeah.
No, that was a nice.
I'm an
date, yeah.
adventure girl. I, but wait, I have to go back just for 1 second. Did you guys not think that Gary and Leslie's breakup was tough? I just after we started talking, I thought that one was tough.
That one was
Yeah,
tough.
that was tough.
Actually, yeah.
was
That
tough.
one was
I
tough.
feel like they all like it's honestly
When it
they're all
comes down
pretty
to the
heartbreaking
final
at the
two,
end.
yeah.
It's hard. Yes.
It's hard to. But you know when you see how happy Joey is now, like you focus on that. Not. I don't
Well,
focus
because he
on.
had the opportunity of having the lead and finding his girl. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Not all of
you
them
honestly,
have
you
that.
usually the truth is that the sad truth is you usually forget about the breakup because then the couple at the end so happy that that's where your focus goes.
Yeah. Until they get a divorce. And moving right along. They ruined my record, I'm just saying.
That's true. Do you
Oh,
know?
really?
Yes, Susan has never had a couple break up that she has married until this
No
one.
way.
10
Okay,
years.
well, we could just sweep this one under the rug. It's
yeah,
okay.
this
We
don't
won't
count.
count
It was a TV wedding.
And you know what? I
The
think there's
golden
some.
wedding.
I think there's something written, Susan, in the marital almanac Webster's that says if you're not married more than 4 months, it,
It doesn't
count.
count.
Yeah, you could technically get, like, they could annul the marriage, I think.
No, you cannot. Wait,
Oh.
you cannot. Everyone thinks you can annul a
Annulment is
marriage.
for the Catholic Church.
Well, no, you can get a marriage annulled, but you have to meet certain requirements, undue duress, forced, there's all kinds of requirements that you have to meet to get a marriage annulled, and they don't meet them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought there might be like
yeah, no, it's not
under
as
3
easy.
months.
People just assume that it's like just an
Well, because
option.
I think
It's
Kim
not.
Kardashian got her marriage, like her 72-day marriage
It's Kim.
annulled.
It's
Yeah.
I was
So-
gonna- it's Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Chris, if you're listening, when are we doing lunch?
Kim, if you're listening, when are we doing a podcast?
Joe and Serena, thank you so much for sharing with us and giving us your point of view on your advice. And I think we were all on the same page on most of them, don't you, Kathy?
I do. I think that you guys, I envy you having all these great friends and this great, exciting life in New York. And I think for those of us who are part of Bachelor Nation, I think these great relationships and these friendships are just,
That's the most important.
yeah, it's just incredible.
It's amazing.
And
It's
I don't know about you,
amazing.
Susan, but I can hardly wait to get to paradise. We're going to meet our Joe.
We'll see. And that does it for today's episode of Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thank you both for coming and sharing with us today.
Of course.
Thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
We love getting to collaborate with you guys, and we thank you so much for joining us. Y'all be sure to follow Bachelor Happy Hour as we have new episodes coming out every week. And if you enjoyed today, you're not going to want to miss this one or any of the other ones coming.
And don't forget to submit your questions. You can go to bachelornation.com/golden hour or hit us up on social at Bachelor Happy Hour.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks so much. I hope you all have a great week. Thanks for joining us, Joe and Serena.
Ciao.
Of course. Thanks for having us. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a great week.